Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celebs Source, your source for celeb news. Now today we got Nori on his encounter with Big Sean. Trey Songz got the scrapping with the one time, YG on being real, Asian Doll on women bashing, Kodak Black pulling back that $1 million sack, Snoop speaking with Fat about Tupac's death raps. Damn, that was a mouthful. Yo, I don't even like to say that. Shout out to LW, man. Thank you for always coming through, man, checking us. My boy Chris Ingebrigtsen, man, back from the hospital. Yo, we definitely are glad to hear that you are doing much, much better, man. Continue to heal up, big dog. We appreciate every single view that you give us, man. And we hoping that you do a whole lot better. Now, Zuck Binks, I think that's his name. Zuck Binks, Zuck Bin X. I don't know his name, but my man said, Shorty, concerning yesterday's vid, Shorty said, I don't even see skin color, but wrote a song about being a yellow bone. What was there to respect about that? Because, I said something about, I respect the apology. What I respect about what she did was the attempt. Not everybody uses the same words when they apologize, but the mere fact that you humble yourself to the point where you are willing to come out and apologize, I respect that, man. That to me is cool. You see what I'm saying? You know how many times I try to apologize to people and I ain't had the words right? Anyway, first on deck is my boy Nori, N-O-R-E. Man, see, I love this dude. Look, now I'm mad I ain't related to him. Your boy spoke on an encounter that he had with Big Sean and spoke on how Big Sean, well, take a listen.
Right.
You feel me?
Salute. Look,
Salute.
I'm gonna tell you one time an artist particularly put it on me. Salute hit me just now.
He hit you right now, the artist?
I like it that. But one Sean.
This when you living in Kendall already?
Nah, I'm already left Kendall.
Oh, okay. You was living with Eddie.
Produced already.
You living with Eddie now?
Eddie's no. Eddie, by the way, Eddie lives with me. Him and Script TV, they both watch my show. And maybe I went through the wrong people to go through Big Sean because when I seen him later on in life, he acted like he really didn't understand this. But I see him in the Sean Chris concert. It's a Sean Chris concert. Forget who else. It's Big Sean is on there. I think Wale is on there. So it's in New Jersey. New Jersey for me, that's Broward County for Miami. They go always. But what happened was I hit a guy named Mike Brinkley. I remember it because I remember everybody in front of me. I kid you not. Mike Brinkley. He works at Rock Nation right now. He knows he cannot destroy this story. I'm following up Mike Brinkley. Big Sean's manager. You're not even answering my calls. Like this is real. So, bottom line, never got the record done with Big Sean. Never got it.
My man Nori said, yo, so I pull up, I see him myself, I give Big Sean a CD, I get it, you're coming off a stage. But what happened was, I had, a guy named Mike Brinkley, Sean's manager. I remember this because I remember everybody who fronts on me. He said he works at Rock Nation. I follow up with Mike Brinkley, who doesn't answer his call. Bottom line, never got the record done with Big Sean. Never got a response, never got anything. To me, is disrespect. It's big time disrespect, right? And then they was like, yo, take a shot for disrespect. Funny, right? He continued on and said, yo, maybe I went through the wrong people to get to Big Sean because when I see him later on in life, he acted like he really didn't understand. I'm still cold as ish, but I'm still Nori. I ain't got no problem with Big Sean, but I'm gonna tell you what happened. We was outside as we usually be. Big Sean sees us in town, walks up to me, says, yo, I'm a big fan. And I said, no, you're not. Bro, I came to you first. I brung to your peoples the CD. Now, I'm going to blame his peoples more than I'm going to blame him because I could tell from his reaction he was not prepared. He did not know about all these calls, but he remembered that CD handle. There's no way you don't remember me handing you that CD. Close quote. Now, I think we might have seen something like this before. Remember when Kanye was having a moment and he was like, yo, Lil Baby, my favorite artist, but he won't even do a song with me? To which Lil Baby was like, ain't nobody told me you want to do a song. Like, sometimes I think the message don't always get through to the proper channels. You see what I'm saying? Needless to say, me, Celeb, I would have remembered if Nori handed me a CD talking about, yo, let's do something. But, who am I? Now, here's a miraculous ending to a police encounter. You probably already heard of this, right? Trey Songz was at an AFC game when folks in the crowd felt some type of way because your boy did not want to rock a mask. I mean, they They could have had elderly parents, but also they could have just slid a couple of seats down. Now, they had a few options, right? They could have politely asked him to rock a mask, or they could have been talking trash loudly behind him, trying to get a rise out of him. Well, whatever the option was, they decided to trade words back and forth with Trey Songz. Now, the accusers, they called the security, right? Who could only do so much. And eventually, the one time was called. And you know how things go when the one time get up on the scene. Now, here come the fuzz on some old "you will comply," to which Trey Songz came off on some "you got me cuffed up." You're like, wait, do you mean cuff as in like handcuffs, or cuff as in with the F? Look, I didn't get to the handcuff part yet. Trey was like, yo, I'm not trying to hear all that to the coppers. And they got the scrapping. Now, can you imagine how this generally plays out? Now, witnesses say the cop started the trouble with Trey and wound up in a headlock. Thinking about, how did I get here? The whole time I'm watching the clip, I'm like, and this cop ain't reached for his pistol? It's like he was not trained standard protocol. Thank God, right? Can you imagine the story I would be telling you right now about this situation had your boy got the training that they normally give? Your boy Trey Songz spent the night in the slammer and was set to be released, what is it, last night? Last night, something like that. Consider Trey Songz to be rather fortunate considering how things could have played out. It's like he swam in a lake with one arm and a bloody leg, followed by an alligator with a grenade in his hand, which got sidetracked by a lizard. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's how I see it. Some of y'all like, now that dude Trey Songz kept it real. You think? Remember when Dave Chappelle did a skit called "When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong"? Beautiful. It showed the true principles at play when folks try and follow the laws of keeping it real. I'm saying that with air quotes. And the joint backfires. Beautiful sketch, right? Which makes it clear that things don't always play out how you think. People try to start trouble, keeping it real, and sometimes things play out in a completely unexpected manner. They wind up hurt, or even worse, killed. You've seen this kind of thing before. Now, YG posted, quote, "It hurt when the whole life, you thought being a real ninja was the answer. Then you grow up and find out being a real ninja don't get you nowhere." Yo, true facts indeed, YG. Now, that isn't too far from what Asian Doll posted on the gram, and she added another layer to that, which spoke volumes to me. She said, quote, "Having a girlfriend can really save a lot of you street ninjas' lives. Let me reread that. Having a girlfriend can really save a lot of you street ninjas' life. Stop dogging these females for ninjas that will cross you. This generation needs to normalize starting a family, having a wife, and raising their kids in one house. The ish's effed up. So many ninjas lose their life with nothing left behind," close quote. And T.I. chimed in on some old, with an emoji with a bullseye on it. Yo, what she said makes sense, right? If there is an enemy of humanity, which I believe there is, that's his name, adversary, right? He don't want you to reproduce and continue your lineage. It'll come up with other means to see to it that the lineage stops with you. Your ancestors preserved their lives so that you could be here now doing what you're doing. And you exist in a world system that wants you sterilized and destroyed by any means necessary. Some of y'all like, he tripping. No, you're tripping. Okay? Don't get it twisted, all right? We ain't new to this, bro. Okay? There are other places that'll tickle your ears and tell you what you want to hear. We probably just ain't it. I get it. You ever made a promise to someone that you would do such and such if they just did blank, and then you reneged on carrying out what you said you would do? Girl, you know you listening. Stop playing. All right? You're trying to front like you ain't paying attention. Have you fronted on your promise? Of course, she suddenly leaves the room. Anyway, Kodak Black made a promise back in November talking about, quote, if the president them free me, I'm going to spend $1 million on charity within the first year I'm out. That's on everything, close quote, which is fantastic, right? And you know the story. Kodak was pardoned by the Trumpster, but your boy probably checked his pockets and was like, damn, I left my damn wallets in the other pants. Cause guess who deleted his I'ma drop a bag tweets? That's right, your boy Kodak. I guess he got to thinking and was like, yo man, Starbucks is how much? Hell no, where my phone at? I got a tweet to delete. You see what I'm saying? And finally, Snoop Dogg was in an interview with none other than Fat Man Scoop, and the conversation took an interesting turn. Scoop was implying the possibility that the lyrics Snoop was putting out around the time a murder was the case may have had an effect on what Snoop brought into his life, you know, like self-fulfilling prophecy type stuff, you know, law of attraction type stuff. I don't 100% rock with that law of attraction stuff. You know, it sounds a little new age to me. You know, I'm with that Middle Eastern Christianity thing. You know what I mean? There's a reason why you can't escape the Bible. Cats ain't gonna have no excuse on Judgment Day. I mean, I didn't know there were so many teachings out there. Yeah, but this one is easy and inescapable. But I digress. Snoop had this to say about the spiritual nature of his lyrics in music. Yo, take a listen.
One day, me and my cousin Daz went to the studio and I had a song in my head called Dave. D-A-V-E. Death After Visualizing Eternity. So I wanted to write a song about, so my pen made me write Murder Was the Case, which was a story of a gangbanger that got shot and on his deathbed made a deal to get his life back. But he crossed God and he ended up losing at the end. I'm only 18, so I'm a young buck. It's a ride. If I don't scrap, I'm getting stuck. But that's the life of a G, I guess. Essays way deep, shank 2 in the chest.
So now you do Murder Was the Case. Later on, you wind up in a murder case.
Me, Tupac, Biggie, Cube, all of the rappers that was rapping at the time, we was writing what we was living. And some of us was writing life and some of us was writing death. But that's what we was living. And
my man said what's crazy is around the time me, Biggie, Tupac, Cube, all the rappers at the time was writing what we was living. Some of us was writing life and some of us was writing death. It wasn't by accident that some of us wrote the life that led us to where we are now and the life that led us to the life that ended. Our pen was mightier than our sword. We don't know that if I wrote a song called Murder Was the Case, I'd be in a murder case. We didn't know I see death around the corner. If I died tonight, life after death, that this would actually be coming to life. Close quote. Real talk. Yo, death and life, right, are in the power of the tongue. You eat or starve by the words of your mouth. And technically, the words that pour out your face are often what was flooding your heart. So your mouth says the things that flooded your heart. You can't help it. How else is it that we know about intimate details of people's bedroom lives and you wasn't even there? There was only 2 people in the room. You're like, not if you had a real party. That's disgusting. Real party? Have you forgotten that not everybody washes? Look, I care about stuff like hygiene, man. Hygiene is a must, and some people are musty. You follow me? Like smell. Look, here's the thing about what Snoop said. A lot of what happens in your life are connected to your words, and considering the fact that your next heartbeat ain't even promised, right? We're gonna be judged by every word that comes out of our mouths. Do you know the spankings a lot of us have waiting for us? You like Celeb. What about you? Look, I try my best to smooth it out, man, but I be asking for forgiveness on the rag. You follow me? You let us know what you think. I know some folks are fuming right now, like, yo, man, I ain't come here for all that. Well, deuces then. Know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be standing in front of the king talking about, oh, they ain't want me to say it, so I ain't say it. You got me messed up, man. You let us know what you think. What Asian Doll said, right, about women being bashed and folks should be focusing on making families. Does that make any sense? Or was she just talking crazy again? And Kodak Black pulling back that $1 million sack. What you think on that? What Snoop said about the lyrics that these artists write, in a sense, are cursing their lives or, you know, making their lives last longer. What do you think on that? Is he talking some crazy stuff? Yo, let us know what you think. Be sure to like. Be sure to subscribe. Thanks for tuning in to Celebs Source, your source for celeb news.